Welcome back to Soda City Living. I'm here with the CEO of Three Rivers Behavioral Health, and we're talking about mental health today. Ms. Shannon Marcus, how are you doing today?
Doing great. Thanks for having me back. I really appreciate it.
It's amazing meeting you, and I know this is the season where seasonal depression is something that is so hard to talk about. So tell me, why is that important to have those conversations?
Yeah, so seasonal depression is a form of depression that usually comes in the winter and the fall months when we're exposed to less sunlight. You know, we tend to be more indoors because it's cold outside. We go to work and it's dark. We come home and it's dark. So we don't get a lot of chance to be out in the sunshine. And because of that, it affects the chemicals in our brain, like serotonin and melatonin, those chemicals that affect our mood and affect our sleep. So you know that you're experiencing those symptoms when maybe you're more irritable, you're having trouble sleeping, feelings of hopelessness, those sorts of things. So these are very real feelings. Seasonal depression is a real disorder. It's a form of depression. So everyday people experience it. So it is very important to bring awareness to those things.
For example, when you start feeling those symptoms, when is the right time to seek professional help?
Really, anytime. If you're asking yourself, should I get help? Then yeah, the answer is yes. Seasonal depression is not something that you just have to suffer through alone. There's many different interventions, there's things that you can do, but the most important thing is seeking that help. Certainly we provide services, we provide obviously both inpatient but outpatient services as well. So seasonal depression is a really good thing to work on through outpatient services, and those are virtual, those are in person, lots of different options to work around people's work schedules and school schedules. So the most important thing about seasonal depression is it's not something you have to just suffer through until you get through those warmer spring and summer months. Get help if you're asking yourself, should I get help?
Yeah, and I know it's not an easy conversation to have, so how can family and friends support someone who's going through seasonal depression?
Yeah, sure. So that's a great question. A lot of times people are scared to talk about their mental wellness, their mental health, because there's so many bad stigmas attached to it. So really just normalizing the conversation. If you notice that your loved one maybe is isolating more, maybe is having problems concentrating, maybe seem to be a little bit more irritable than what they normally have, or you've just noticed that they've been down more, ask them. Be willing to ask that question, how are you doing? And really be willing to have that conversation and that answer. Be willing to accept the answer that they give you. You know, I'm not feeling so well, I haven't been great. Be willing to sit down with them and have that conversation. That's the most important thing, and then help them get help. There's lots of different resources out in the community.
It's a step-by-step process. Sometimes people do need those baby steps. So what are steps that people can take to do better and get better?
Yeah. So there are some everyday things that you can do. You know, it's hard sometimes if you're working or you're in school, right. And you get home and it's dark, you leave when it's dark. You know, maybe on your lunch break you take a walk, go to a gym, you know, get outside, get around other people. But the biggest thing is don't suffer alone. You don't have to. There's help out there for you.
And then speaking of that help, what resources are available at Three Rivers Behavioral Health?
Yeah, so there's like I said, our inpatient and our outpatient services. Something like seasonal depression is probably a great thing that we can work on with you in our outpatient services. We have both evening and daytime classes. These are day programs where you can come in, talk to mental health professionals, talk to other people that are experiencing similar things so that you realize you're not alone in this.
So thank you, Ms. Shannon. And if anyone is struggling with seasonal depression, feel free to scan that QR code that will take you right to the Three Rivers Behavioral Health website.